What's the deal, my people? You know it is, Don Tony Teflon. I am back at you with another one. Phil the Issues Guy, usual suspects in the building. And we are here talking about the Yellow Jackets. The penultimate episode and the final episode. So I'm just trying to get this over here on my mic so it doesn't snap, crackle, and pop on you guys all the time. All right, there we go and everything else. Phil is here with me. I'm here. What's up to all y'all coming out here rocking with us? Truly appreciate y'all doing it. Well, I'll be using Phil's call-in line right now before we talk about this episode. My man Matthew Spruce is in the building. Trez is up in this piece. Tony is up in here working with the best name in the world, right? He's up here rocking with us. You know what I mean? Thank you. I truly appreciate it, brother. Vincent Harper, my man, 50 grand is up in this piece. Zach is in the building. Tammy is up in here. Tammy's there. It's hard for me to see a picture, Tam. I'm trying to see a picture. I can't see, but Tammy, Lynn, listen. Tammy, Lynn, Patrice Doyle. Let's say it all out there. She put it all out there. We gonna say it all because she wanted to be said. My man John Haymaker is in the building, rocking with us and that stuff like that. As always, our man, girl forever is up in here. My drink is ready. Phil, you up? Nope, he's not. And now you got the close up of the Don. The Don. Too close. I don't want to scare you people. Let me back it up a little bit. What happened? What happened? How did I get knocked out of the thing? Wait a second here. All right. Phil's back. I hit some button and messed up everything, man. Joan is up in here from Portland, rocking with us right now. Thank you. Lucina Garcia is in the building, rocking. Lucina, is that how you say it, Lucina?
Lucinda
Garcia is in the building. Sorry about that, show. You know, I'm from Queens, New York. I don't be saying these names right. I don't speak the Queens English, even though I'm from Queens, New York. Phil, what's going on? Clean shaven.
Not too much. Sorry, technical difficulties. It's windy as fuck here, and I'm surrounded by dogs everywhere, Tony. I got a chihuahua on my lap. There's another dog over there. I'm not just happy to see you, Tony. I legitimately have a chihuahua on my lap at the moment.
Listen, that's good. That's real good. Let's get into it. What did you think about this late? Listen, they've been hitting it after park so far. So this one, penultimate episode. We know what the penultimate episode is supposed to do. It's supposed to really set you up for this last. It's supposed to really set you up for this last episode, make you really anticipate this last episode, right? And we know that they've been building, and the other episodes have been so good that there's a chance that maybe they set it up too quick before they got to this episode. What did you feel about this episode?
See, I'm with you in the sense that this season, probably since the episode after Lottie died, I can't remember if it's the last 4 episodes or last 3 episodes. I feel like this is the best this show has ever been leading up to this 9th episode. Coming into this episode, they had a lot. And the end of the previous episode with crazy ass annoying, like God bless this show for every episode making me hate Shauna more and more. I mean, that's a talent, Tony. Like every episode, like you were saying, more and more, I'm like, this crazy motherfucker. And at the end of the last episode, she's, eat meat, all that stuff. Like they get that to like a fever fucking pitch. And I wasn't sure if they could kind of top that. And what they delivered is, I'm not just copycatting you. I wish I didn't hear your review first, but I had to listen to your thoughts right after I watched the episode. It was maybe one of my favorite episodes, if not my favorite episode of YELLOWJACKETS. That was a great episode from beginning to finish. Everything that I feared that would happen with the van stuff, not to get too dark or personal, but you know the shit that I deal with. So I was worried about the van stuff and having to shut it off because I couldn't deal with it. I'm a little bit like Voltamont. Like I don't want to hear that word sometimes. Like just don't say the word. So I'm like, I was kind of fearful of that was going to go in a different direction. It was all genius the way Hilary Swank's character kind of turn the gas on to go, and then she had the oxygen mask, so it didn't affect her. The way that all turned around was something, I don't know about you, Tony. I did not see Hilary Swank's character turning that around the way it happened. It was the way she kind of turned around and killed Van. I thought was really intense and was done really well. And then just even from a side point, the whole stuff with I'm so on your team about Callie killing Lottie now. It's not even funny, but when Callie's smoking weed with her dad, like the whole like Cheech and Chong, her and her dad thing, and I think she gave away her own guilt during those scenes. If you smoked enough weed, they were playing that good enough where he was playing the emotional one, but the way she was looking, she was really the one with the paranoid thing, something deep on her mind and kind of trying to facilitate through him. I'm sorry, I'm babbling a lot, but I really did love this episode, Tony. It was a good episode.
Yeah, and let's give some credit to story building, how they actually pulled it off. When you have Van in the hospital going through what she's going through, and then she leaves with the oxygen mask, and then the oxygen mask comes into play.
Yeah.
When Hilary Swank closes the flue, that's amazing writing to put all that together, right? Because that's something you put together. You don't see exactly how the oxygen mask could come in play. It's obvious that she should leave with one. She didn't probably have to, but hey, they put it in there. But the way they wove that together is a masterclass of writing a good show and a good episode. And I'm going to give them props for doing that 100% and without a doubt. Now, I'm going to say this. I love Dan's character. Love her. All right. Since 6 Feet Under, we love her. I'm mad that I didn't want her to go. I'm mad that she's gone. But Hilary Swank had every right to kill her ass.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm with you. You finished off, and I want to add on to yes, 100%.
So all the people in here, oh, she shouldn't have killed her. She shouldn't have taken her out. But listen. This lady house was broken into by a savage, escaped with her life, gets grabbed up while she's trying to escape, and then the chick's like, I got you now, and you better shut up. I don't know how you're alive, or we'll kill you again. And then this chick gets on top of it and is contemplating about killing her, and then can't go through with it. She had every right to take her out at that point. Every right.
And to add add an extra thing to that, she made the cardinal television movie mistake. If you're going to kill somebody and you're not sure you're going to kill somebody, don't fucking untie them until you make your decision and you're out of there. She unties her, but like, if you're going to kill her, what's the point of I'm not going to stab someone that's tied up. You're doing it to them on the ground anyway. Like, you're going to really set their hands free, because if you screw up, they're coming after you. And I hate to do it the wimp way, but I'll do it the wimp way. If I want to kill you and I'm sacrificing you to save my life, and that's the plan, I'm not untying you. Screw that. And if I decide not to kill you, that gives me the right to run away like a coward or whatever, or do the right thing and walk away and not fear getting killed by the Karate Kid, Tony. Because
exactly. and this chick said they blabbed about killing the other dude, and she's like, now I gotta kill her.
Yeah.
No, I gotta.
You don't untie that person. Never.
Yeah, it's not that person you untie. It's like, you know what? I can't go through with it here. Let you go. Why would I let you go?
Yeah, and Tony, she didn't even do that. She untied her before she was going to stab her. She was about to stab her, and then did she untie her to make it easier to stab her? Because maybe she could fight back a little bit. I don't know. It's not like she said, I can't kill you. Now I'll untie you and let you go. She untied her. Then she tried to stab her. It's like, no. That's a big mistake.
If you were handcuffed, right, and I'm going to kick your ass, I'm not going to say, you know what, let me unhandcuff you and kick you. I'm just going to kick your ass.
Yeah, that's not smart.
I don't care what you think about me. You think I'm going to think, oh, you're a pussy for beating me up with my haircut. And then all of a sudden I'm going to say, you know what, man, I ain't going to kick your ass. And you think I'm not getting knocked out? Of course I'm going to get knocked out.
You're asking for it.
Go do it. If you're going to do it. Get it done and do it. And that's the way it has to roll out. So she made the mistake. She caught it. And listen, out of all the people that way, and she's not innocent. All right. I know it seems like she is. But when we go back to the timeline to when they were all in the wilderness, it's obvious now, I'm sure to everybody here, that she's fucking with the deck. that she's been under dealing the deck to get people eaten.
Yep.
Right. And she's been working on this with Ty to save her and Ty. And basically, she's going to have to pick somebody to die. That she's been practicing this 3-card Monty setup. And that's what's going on there. So she ain't innocent. All right. She been through some stuff. They all been through some stuff, but she ain't innocent. Ain't no innocence out of any one of these ladies.
Yeah, ain't no sunshine when you're gone on this Yellow Jackets island here. I have a quick question just from like a television story not story standpoint, but from a structural standpoint. Because I like the scenes so much, Tony. The two scenes that we got with young and old interacting with each other with Van. Is that the first time in any setup of a scene that we've seen the young version interacting with an older version? Have we seen that with any other characters that I'm missing? I'm trying to remember. Did we see it with Natalie at some point?
I know when Natalie died, she was definitely on the plane. But I don't know if young Natalie was on the plane.
Like if they had an acting scene together like we had with Van, with like young Van talking to old Van.
Natalie was on the plane with. I'm trying to think back. I know she was on the plane, but I don't remember her being there with it. So it may have just been.
Oh, someone said young Nat was on the plane.
Young Nat was on the plane too.
Okay, so
I don't remember her being on the plane and stuff, but yeah. So maybe that's the way they all going out. They all going to be on a plane with their young version, which is very cool. Love the way they did that, and the fact that she was like, listen, the story don't end here. She's like, what else is going to happen? She goes, I ain't going to spoil it for you. And the fact that, that she's always been the one who's been into TV shows, who's been all about that. She's working in the video place and all that stuff. So, it makes sense that she loves things like that.
Yeah, and, she's going to Defending Your Life. You ever see that movie, Tony, with Albert Brooks and what's her name? Great movie.
Is it Albert Brooks?
Yeah, it's Albert Brooks and what's her name? The greatest of Meryl Streep and Rip Torn's in it too. Rip Torn's his lawyer.
All right, 100%. Yeah, it is Albert Brooks. I'm thinking of someone. Nat breaking down was the scene of the episode for me and Tammy. The winter kept creeping up, and the absolute helplessness of knowledge is she couldn't change any of it. Listen, Nat. I mean, they're all not innocent, but if you want to say someone is out of all of them, you have to go with Natalie, and it shows why she was on drugs later on in life. You know what I mean?
Stop it.
It shows why she was drinking a lot. It shows why her life turned out exactly the way it did, because of everything she tried to do to make them, just to make it a livable situation, just to make it an ordinary situation. And with Shauna's bitch ass, it just was impossible. Look what she's dealing with. She's dealing with brain-licking Lottie and Shauna. This is a rough crowd to deal with. You know what I mean? To just try to control and stuff. But when you have two psychopaths like them, and I heard the older version of Lottie was not happy that they killed her off.
Oh, I wouldn't be.
She was really upset that they killed her character off and everything else. Like I didn't see it, but I heard she was going in on the show for getting rid of her and stuff. And listen, I could understand, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a Barris and Selmy situation like that guy who was in Game of Thrones, who was really upset when he got killed off because he wasn't killed off in the books. And then went to Dan and Dave that was like, yo, why are you killing my character? My character's not dead in the books yet, and yada, 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 this and that and everything else. So
Carl from The Walking Dead was really upset about that too. Like Carl was like, I didn't want to. His dad started like angry tweeting at the producers of the show. But I think they're doing an excellent job in that moment with that Natalie scene. Really, in that one acting moment, you could really see her changing and developing into and combining into like the older version of the characters. And I think they've really done a great job this season in general of bridging that gap, making each young and older version seem more like each other. quick funny aside. A second ago, when these little dogs were yapping their little asses off, and I muted the camera like that, in my mind when I was side eyeing it, I thought I hit the mute button, and I'm like telling them to quiet, like quiet. I thought I hit mute instead, and then I turned back and like shit, I'm yelling over Tony. Sorry about that, Tony.
Yo, you're fine. You're 100% fine. But yeah, we'll go through the episode. We'll break down the episode and then give y'all our thoughts on everything. Again, y'all can call in. Phil will put the call-in number in the chat. Y'all call. We want to hear from you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way in. All right, so you don't have to worry about it later and everything else.
Let me jump on
Debbie Sleeves playing with the Queen of Hearts. Great song. And it was in there. It's number 781-990-8509. 781-990-8509 is the number to call in. 781-990-8509. It's the number to call in. Call in. Speak to us live and talk to people in the chat and all that stuff. Yeah, so let's go on with the episode and everything else and keep it popping. I know most of the focus probably is people on the death of Van and everything else, and that is the primary thing of discussing of the episode and everything. But let's talk a little bit about Mitzi. And as I say Mitzi, I know her name is Missy, but as I say Mitzi, I'm from Queens, the way I say it, all right? So let's talk about Mitzi. Listen, the man Elijah Wood is pimp. I mean, pull up in a helicopter. Why wouldn't she want to be with this man?
Dude.
What does she got going on that she don't want to be with this guy? Is she that much of a gump?
Dude, he brought the One Ring to Mordor. He threw it in the chasm. He came back. He beat Macaulay Culkin in that movie where Macaulay Culkin was batshit crazy with the good side. Like this dude matters, man. Like don't sleep on Elijah. I heard what you said in your video. Me too. I think about it. Dude's pulling up in a helicopter. So he's jumping out. That dude's cool. Like what are you doing, Misty? Get on him.
He should have came out the helicopter and rolled. Is that what he has to do?
Like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory when he like rolls out of the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, he has to roll and pop up with a rose in his mouth and be like, the man is there. The man's dropping limousine garbage to you. Okay, there's no one who pull up to give it garbage. That's the type man this guy is. And she still don't want to be with him. I mean, come on. Work with him, man. Work with him here.
It's not fair. It's not fair, Tony.
Life is not fair. But she runs off with this cat, and then all of a sudden she asks for some more chocolate shavings.
Ooh.
Inside of her chocolate martini.
I'll give her chocolate shavings. I'll give her some chocolate shavings all over. I mean, yes, Tony, that's what she was asking for.
Yeah, 100%. And then she runs out after looking at the phone. Now, she was looking at pictures before that. And then she looks at the phone. He says specifically that he feels that she is blinded when it comes to the Yellow Jackets and she doesn't see things clearly. But it has to be Shauna because the DNA is there. So I think they're trying to say, listen, the DNA is there. It's underneath the fingernails. That's a done deal. And it's not Shauna's, but Shauna's lineage is there.
Yeah, I am positive. I am uncertainly positive Shauna's not the one that killed Lottie. I buy her cat story, and if the DNA is the clue, there's no one else at this point. We're running out of people. Even if you want to argue with the Dawn, argue with Tony, and say it's not Callie, we're running out of fucking people. I don't think it was Hilary Swank's character. She seemed legitimately surprised, and I think if it was Shauna, everything that we've seen Shauna do, I'll say it again. I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'll say it again. Everything that we've seen Shauna do, every crazy, stupid fucking mistake she's ever made, we see. They're not hiding anything Shauna did. If Shauna pushed Lottie, we would follow Shauna there and watch her push Lottie down those goddamn stairs. She's not a good, adult Shauna is not a good liar to our television audience.
She's not built like a cat burglar. All right?
No, Tony.
She's not stealthy. This woman is not stealthy. Let's just put it like that. That's just the truth.
It was funny watching her try to chase Hilary Swank out of there. It was like, whoopsie.
She was exhausted. When she got in the car, she was like, fuck it, I'm not even getting in my car. I'm just gonna lean up against this house for a little while. God damn it. She was adrenaline went away and she was like, woo, god damn it, what the hell's going on? It was her Swank, at least she had some strength. She was out.
Yeah, dude, she's the karate fucking kid, dude. She's been trained by Mr. Miyagi. She's got skills, Tony. Don't sleep on her.
100%. Left off you. Walter has loan access to the blood test results and Lottie's phone. He could just be 100%. He could be, but we have to believe the showrunners. We have to believe that he has no reason to make it up to Mitzi for the fact that he's trying to impress her and trying to outdo her and win the case, right? So we have to believe that he's not making this up. If we go to that, I remember like when I would cover Game of Thrones, everybody would say this and say this could be that. Oh, this could be a dream. And you have to at some point believe what they're telling you in the show, or the show's not good. Yeah. Right. So we have to believe he does have it. She looked at something on that phone and ran out that house. And what she looked on, it wasn't, I know people said, oh, it was a picture of Walter there. No, Walter wouldn't have gave himself up like that. And she wouldn't have ran away if it was Walter. She would have confronted. She would have confronted him. One thing about Mitzi, she'll confront your ass. Yeah, she ain't afraid to confront nobody.
Tony, she has a weapon on her somewhere, and she would have pulled it out. And she has a taser or she has something in that pocketbook that she's Wednesday goddamn Addams. She's pulling something out of that bag like Sports Billy or Sports Lily. You know, like when they reach in the bag and they have like any matter of tools that they can bring out to fuck with you. Misty has some shit in there. She can. You're so right. She would confront Walter in that moment and be like, "What the fuck?" And she could take him in a fight.
Look, Shauna just bit somebody's arm off and she's screaming at her in her face. She's at her like, you ain't off the hook for Lottie's murder, right? She's screaming at her, so she ain't afraid of Walter. She ain't going to be afraid of Walter. No.
So Walter don't weigh but $105. She fucked Walter up.
Soaking wet, $105 with jeans on. All right? So there's no way around it. It has to be Callie. I mean, there's nothing else that explains it unless it's Callie. And Callie may not have done it on purpose. Pushing someone falling down the steps is not really how you murder somebody.
No, not effectively, Tony.
Yeah, no one says, hey, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna push him down the steps. Not unless it's like a 90-year-old woman or something like that. You know, but even then, you're not sure if it's
or a really, really long flight of stairs.
And there was water all over that motherfucker. It's slippery. Yeah, water. There's water. How the hell did she get all that water in there to stay in that room like that? I mean, what is she? Is she blocking the entrance to the bottom of the? You think it would seep out?
She's got some spackle. She's like spackling the bottom of the door.
She did something because there's an entryway, a door to get in. And you would think the water would at least get under the door, but this chick's got a pool of water. She's got all these candles and shit floating in the motherfucker. Like, Lottie is set up there to do something, like some type of ceremony there. Who else would she do the ceremony with? I would say the person would be Callie, the next generation of Yellowjacket. Like, she's going to indoctrinate her into the club and have her be the next one. It only makes sense that way. I know people want to say the father could have did it because the father did deny it was an accident. And when they went there, he said it's an accident. And the police don't say that, they know they're not going to get their thing. And it seems like, you know, he's all over the place. It just don't work for me, the father. It wouldn't be satisfying if it was the father. If you kept this mystery the whole season, and then all of a sudden, oh, it was the father who did it, no one's going to be happy with that. It doesn't push the narrative forward for the story.
Not to mention that I don't buy that for a second. If that dude is hiding a bluff in a game of poker, I'm smelling it out. I'm sorry, unless he is. They say this in Survivor, like if you have like one of those dumb characters like Coach, people don't know what I'm talking about, like these crazy characters that you're like, how's this person in the game? And then they come to the end of the game, they go, actually, I'm really normal. Like if this guy does a turnaround, like, actually, I'm the crafty villain of this all. No. That dude is a doof. And that dude is a genuine dude. That dude's not hiding anything. If that guy has 2-7 in the hole and he's bluffing a pot, you know it. Like that. I'm sorry, I don't buy. That guy's too earnest, Tony. Like you can see that guy coming a mile away. He's not hiding shit.
100%. John Maker says, do you have to eat people to get to the next generation of Yellow Jacket? Quite possibly. So I think what happened, this is in Don's mind is like this. She went there for whatever reason. She took a picture, a selfie with her. I think that's what she's seen in there. I think there's a selfie with her, not of the murder, like before, like in the candles and shit, little girls, like girls like take pictures and shit. I think she took a selfie with her while she was there. And maybe Lottie was up to some crazy shit that she didn't realize was going to be that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tries to get away. Lottie tries to grab her, scratches the arm, slips down the motherfucking steps because all the water, busts her head and dies. Chick is scared. She runs off. That's what I think happened. I don't think she went there intentionally to kill her. I think it was Lottie was trying to do some nefarious shit. And she tried to get away. Lottie reaches out. She pulls her arm away from her. Gets to scrape on the arm or wherever. She falls down the steps through the water. Bumps her head. Lottie is dead. That's what I think went down. That's what I think it is. I don't think it was intentional. Like she went there intentionally just to take Lottie out. I think she was cool with Lottie. She thought it was a friend. She stole that dress with her. She may have told her to wear the dress. You know, that $10,000 dress, wear it. Come over with that dress on.
Could Lottie have tried to, so I was going to say spoiler for Game of Thrones. Could Lottie have tried to sacrifice her to the Lord of Light, so to speak? Yeah. And Callie was fighting back or something?
Like when Callie realized what it was.
Yeah.
Callie was like, I'm out of here.
And Lottie's like, no, you can't go. No, you can't go. And then she pushed her away.
No, you can't leave, and try to reach out and grab her. Callie pulls away, which causes Lottie to fall back.
That's my current headcanon. Somewhere in all of that.
Yeah, I think Lottie is the evil person in this whole situation when it's all said and done. Because again, I never heard no hitman unless you're playing the game Hitman. And even in that game, I don't think you can put someone down the stairs, over the banister, out the window, but not down the stairs. And that game, you kill people every way, but you can't kill no one that way. So I think it's more like an accident, and that's how she's out of here and stuff. Jen Hack, who's watching from the Issues Guys channel.
Welcome, Jen.
We are simulcasting this stream on Teflon TV and Phil the Issues Guys channel. So if you're over here on Teflon TV, go over to Phil the Issues Guys channel. Make sure you subscribe over there and stuff. Come back over here. You want to leave Phil a super chat, put it down in there for him. You want to leave me one, come over and leave one for me and everything else. We're going to go through some of these. Jen Hack says Lottie was a stag with antlers in her vision in season 1. It was like the same setup in her house.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lottie was taking out the new queen. How do you feel about that, Phil?
Lottie saw a stag with antlers in her vision in season 1. It was like the same setting set up in her house. I think Lottie was taking out the new queen, meaning that Callie was potentially the new queen, and she was trying to sort of take out the next in line of Shauna's next family line to sort of, or maybe do it as a passive way of fucking with Shauna and fucking with the woman that took over her control of the group.
She tried to kill Shauna too, right? She tried to take Shauna out, Lottie.
Yeah, in season 2. That was a lot of season 2 stuff, right?
Yeah. So it could be, I couldn't get Shauna, but I'm going to get you. And that's why she seduced her and became friends with her to begin with, to get her over there. And Lottie quite possibly could have been trying to sacrifice and eat her. 100%. I do not think that's not possible. We got a call coming in.
I thought I heard it, but I guess it's not.
It's calling. I hear it ringing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see it though. I hear that too. I heard that same shit that you heard, but its call's not coming. I think our stream is haunted.
It's me. It's on my phone. All right, it was on mine. I got mine hooked up here. My bad. All right, 602 who just called in. 602 call in the Fill the Issues guys line. Not my number. Fill the Issues guys number, please. 602. Whoever just called in, call in again. From Fill the Issues guys number, please. We're using that number tonight. So it's 602. Please call in, Fill the Issues guys number and everything. Thank you for the super chat, Real Rebel Eric. Thank you so much. We'll get to that 1 second. Jackson says, also, I believe that Walter is related to Kodiak, Hannah, or Edwin. But I'm leaning towards Hannah's brother or Kodiak's brother or son. Well, the Jackson, you got a lot going on here. Walter's related.
Are you claiming Jackson stacking the deck, Tony, or is he's putting too many choices? He's playing
he's put a lot out there.
He's put a lot of Kodiak's related to somebody. Okay.
All right. I will say this. I don't know if Walter's related to somebody. Does it make sense? I guess if he's after vengeance, but I really don't think I see Walter like that. I really just think he's infatuated with Misty, and he's just one of these nerds who does what she does.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any relation to anything in it, me personally. But I understand why you say it and everything, 100%. Understand Hannah, like he's doing all this and he's trying to take revenge and he's just playing the long game. But he's been in that junior police detective squad for a long time. All of a sudden to be doing that right there. So I don't know, me personally, if that's the case that he's doing it. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, and I don't think I tend to agree with everything you said about Walter, and I said that too. I think he's sort of an avatar for the audience, being into the show and guessing theories and all that sort of stuff. Even Misty's inherent annoyance with her, I think, is with him is a mirror to the writers kind of rolling your eyes at audience theories and stuff like that. I think it's kind of that kind of vibe. And as for Kodiak, oh my God, I can't even say it. I think he got exactly. I think Kodiak got exactly what he was meant for. Talk fucking soup. His toughness ended up with a fucking knife to the front of the head, like his useless waste of red shirt character that he was. I love you, Joel McHale. I do not want you ragging on me because you would rip me apart into shreds. You're funnier and quicker and better than me and everything, but you're not a tough guy. You can't play a tough guy. No. And I didn't believe it. And you played and I like that he ended up being like a Tom Arnold joke of a character and just like, I'm tough. And then he goes down like in Dorne in Game of Thrones with like a sand snake poking Arya Hoda in the back. He just goes down really quick.
He's like the guy in Indiana Jones with the sword.
Yeah, you know what I mean? She's just like,
get out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah. He got exactly the Kodiak Jones bear, whatever the fucking Kodiak.
Yeah, Kodiak.
And I love my favorite line was like, "What's that name?" When Hannah asked what his name, he goes, "It's I got a good fucking will." And it just shows you how useless of a character he is. The name means nothing too. He got a good will. He's a Timu fucking tough guy. That's who he is.
That's what he is. I mean, I could see that Kodiak had something to do with the cabin, like it was his father's cabin or his family cabin, and that's why he's in the trails. If you want to go with that, I'm with you on that. I don't know if Walter has anything else to do with it. And I think that Hannah, the connection we get with Hannah is Hannah's daughter. I don't think it's going to go any farther than that. I think they gave us Hannah. They told us she had a daughter, and now they've shown us the daughter. I don't think it goes any farther than that with me personally. Super chat here from the Real Rebel Eric. Thank you so much.
You,
not Callie, but the evil wind. The evil wind killed her. No, it was Callie. It was Callie. It was Callie. No doubt about it. But thank you so much for the super chat, brother. 100% appreciate it. Yeah, Kodiak. When you come into the game, and you have a name like that, you get taken out. I know people in the comment section once said, Tony Teflon, you kind of brag a little bit about when you get your theories right a little bit too much. Who else is going to do it if I'm not gonna? I got you, goddammit. And I called, 100% said, and I ain't hear no other YouTubers say it, I ain't hear that Hannah would kill Kodiak the same way Lottie killed the bear with the knife. I said it. I called that shit. And
I heard it.
I said it straight. Ain't no other YouTubers came up with that shit. Nat Ass Silver, who's amazing at what she does, and everybody else, none of them said that shit. I said that shit, goddammit. I told you he was gonna catch it right from Hannah too with the stabbing, and that's exactly what happened. 100%. What up to Julie B Deep Dives in the building? Rocking with us up in here, chilling with us and everything. So yeah, listen, I get a lot of shit wrong. So when I get something right, you know.
Yeah, Tony. I'm trying to be right 50%, like close to 50% of the time when I make up these things. And if I'm right, celebrate your victories as much as the people, as much as the live YouTube people and the YouTube comments punish your defeats. So when you win one, fucking celebrate that, because if you're wrong, they're trashing you. You're the wrongest person in the world, dude. You might as well fucking die.
100%. You know, listen, they give it to me, and I deserve it. Listen, I'm here for it. I put myself out there.
Yeah.
So you have every right when I get shit wrong to say, you didn't know. 100%.
But when he gets something right, he's gonna come here and say, "Fuck you."
That's right. I'm
Gotcha.
Blaze.
We need a sound cue for when you get something right. Like I gotta press your lock.
I got it. I got it right here. Here we go. I got it. 1 second. There it is.
I fucking told you.
My God. Oh my God. I don't want to go on a from thing. Unfortunately, you told me about 2 shows last week, Tony. The more awesome one, the one that everyone's talking about, I did not get a chance to watch, but funny story about that one that you mentioned. What was the name of that show that you mentioned, the Netflix one?
Adolescence.
My theater professor and my director that directed me in my theater show put out a big post, and he never talks about television shows, but he put up a post about how it was like the best acting and best performances he's ever seen in his 50 years in theater or something like that.
They will win every award this season. Like anyone else in any show for whatever, that little kid is going to win best actor.
That's what I've heard.
It's done. It's a wrap. There's no way around it, and it's just done. It's done.
But I did binge that other show you told me about, like both seasons of it back and forward, and it's fucking hilarious. And I loved every goddamn second of it. It's stupid in the best ways possible. And if you haven't watched Tulsa King and you like Sylvester Stallone, you're missing something. And it's made by Terrence Winter, does it, who is on The Sopranos, so it has a little bit of a Sopranos vibe to it as well. So definitely.
It's a show you can just keep watching episode after episode.
Dude, I binged it in like 3 days. I binged it like I just zipped through it like really quick. Anyway, sorry to change the subject, everybody. I just had to tell Tony.
So good. My
what a name! What a name!
This is a great name, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry that it does.
It's an honest name. It's a very honest name,
and I'm very sorry that it does. That hurts. There's douche for that. The Don is on that Mayor of Easttown shit. That's what I'm doing. Mayor of Easttown.
That is a great fucking screen name.
It is. I don't know if it's a real person, but hey.
It is tonight, Tony. Tonight it's a real person. And vodka soda, if you're curious.
There it is. Why bad? Like, not only does it stink, it stank bad.
Bad.
Because like you're not even saying like if it was just stinking, you know, like you have bad days.
But Tony, like with anything, if you want to do something, you want to be the best at it. So if you want it to stink, it's gotta stink bad.
And you smell it yourself to know it. You know it really stinks bad. It's bad.
Yeah, if you can smell your pit, if you can smell yourself and you haven't showered it, you're like, oh, I know. If I can smell this crap, I know.
It's a problem. You got to get some vinegar.
Yeah, our good buddy Vince. Yeah, wash that. Yeah, wash.
Yeah, get some vinegar, apple cider, and snap that pussy back. That's what I would say.
But yes.
Snap that pussy back. That's what I would say too, and all that. But yeah, adolescence. It's amazing. It's amazing show and everything else. You know what I mean?
Oh, we actually have the old dirty bastard. That's who it's. He didn't die. It's the old dirty bastard. Thank you. I got gonorrhea from stuff like that. That's an old dirty bastard lyric right there. I'm pretty sure.
100%. Who is this? This is Carmine.
Yeah, I think it's the Carmine alt account. We found.
Well, thank you for the humor. I'm about it. I'm about that humor. Yeah, that is about that stuff, man. It makes me laugh 100%. And everything. I tell you, snap that pussy back. Get yourself some vinegar. You be all right there. All right, let's keep going forward.
Yeah, where were we in this Yellow Jackets thing? So Kodiak died. What else happened in this episode? We talked about Van. We talked about the Ty situation. Like, so is Evil Ty no more by Van's sack dying? Did that kill Evil Ty, and for the rest we're gonna be with Good Ty?
I think that's what they were trying to say. That's why you're saying we saved the love of our life. You know, and it was good to hear that was the love of her life. Like even like, because you figure they haven't been together. You don't know when they broke up or everything, if they
or
came
how
right
or the circumstances of the breakup.
But still, regardless, she still considered her the love of her life, and I'm sure she's been with other people. As Taisha is, you know, was basically married with a kid and stuff. You know, that she did it to save. You know, they did it to save the love of her life, and that was her hero's journey. And heroes don't make it all the time. You know, that's a lot of times people think the hero makes it, but not in every story. So she was the hero. She saved her. She brought her back from the brink. She got her who she was. She got her out the house. You know what I mean? She did what they didn't do for her.
Yeah. Because
when she was in the fire in the plane, Jackie was like, "Get the fuck out of here, Shauna. You can't save her," and got Shauna out of there. But she went and got Shauna's ass out of there, saved Shauna, saved all of them. You know, so she definitely was the hero, and heroes die. That's the way it goes, you know, because she was a Ned Stark type hero, and she got her head chopped off in the end for being too noble. And that's just the way it be sometimes, and that's how she went out. You know, but I always, you know, I cherish the time we have. Hold your glass up for Van one time in the chat. Hey, put your drink up in there for Van. I'm gonna take this drink for you, Van. Saloon.
She's the first character I will really miss. I mean, Juliette Lewis's character, I feel like went out in a way that
herself, though.
Right, but I'm saying Juliette Lewis also, knowing the circumstances behind the real actress changes the thing. Knowing that Juliette wanted off the show, like I mean,
I don't know why.
Because she's like Luke Perry on 90210. She's like, I tripped on acid today, and I'm an independent movie star. Like, I don't want to do a series, but it sounded cool at the time. She's just one of those kind of people that, like, in the moment she wanted to do it, and now she like doesn't want to do it. That's just
that's who she is. She's just flighty. I would say
she like there's movies that what is it, From Dusk Till Dawn? She wasn't even cast in that. She just wandered on set, and they're like, "Do you want to be in the movie?" Okay, I'll be in the movie. You know, like.
She plays the best fucked up character of all time in the history of people being drunk and
I'm exaggerating.
Shows.
Yeah,
the only one who comes close is Dudley Moore and Arthur.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, her in like Cape Fear, or like Cape Fear, which I think is one of her first roles too. In Natural Born Killers is some of the greatest acting you've ever seen. But then you see more about Julie. Maybe it isn't acting. maybe
that's why she's so good at it. But regardless, it translates on the screen for her more than anybody that I
totally
see.
Dude. Totally.
Like I say, Dudley Moore is amazing, and I'm not going to talk about Russell Brand. He's in some problem right now. I know he tried to do it. He was not no Dudley Moore.
He was no fucking Arthur. He was no fucking Arthur.
No, and you can't be. That's like somebody playing Archie Bunker again.
There's a movie called Barfly with Mickey Rourke. It's not necessarily a great movie, but he plays an amazing fucking fucked up drunk. Tom Hardy in a couple movies, but no one can play it like nobody.
No one played it like Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore, you really think Dudley Moore is drunk the whole fucking movie?
Yep.
Like he never comes out. Like Dudley Moore did amazing. And she has that when it comes to this fucked up role. And she did. She's like the best right after her. I think she's fucked up in every movie she plays.
Yeah.
Like I just think she is. Like she comes up, and I wish she was still on the show because I really would like to know how far they would have took her character if she didn't die.
From what I've heard, her ending would have been similar. It just would have come much later. From what I was reading, like her death would have been an accidental situation. Misty would have I think everything would have happened the same way, but it just would have been probably 2 seasons later.
Yeah, because she's here with this whole militia situation. I think shit is different.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think she handles things different. So to kind of move this into predictions, I have a kind of one overall question before we get more into specifics. And obviously we can keep talking about episode 9 too. But Tony, does Hillary Swank make it out of the next episode? Does she go into season 4, or is she a part-time character and she has to die in this next episode?
No, you can't kill her. It would make no sense to introduce her with 3 episodes to go and then kill her at the end of the season. No matter what happens, she has to make it to next season. There's no way around it. It just, you don't do that. You don't hold, if you started her at the beginning of the season, then you can kill her at the end of the season. You don't introduce somebody 3 episodes to the end just to kill them.
Just to kill them off and stuff.
That's not the way Hollywood works. It doesn't make no sense. She's got to make it to next season. And there's no way around it.
So how is that? So she's just going to be on the run. Does Ty is not the Ty versus her thing is going to be the most interesting aspect.
When Ty said, like, I got you now, like when she tackled her, like I finally got you. Like, why did she say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like she said it like there's some history there. Like she tried to get her before. Now, when dealing with next, if they do get rescued, and I do believe they'll get rescued this season, and I think that Yellow Jackets will make it back. I think they try to kill them when they come back. As kids, they're killing the ones who survived.
Oh, that like the survivors will start dying back home?
Yeah, I think they killed the survivors. I think that's why she said it. I think they tried to kill her. She escaped, faked her own death. And that's why she said that. The only thing that makes sense to me is that she said that and stuff. That'd be the only reason why she said, I finally got you. I got you now. She had to do something. And I think that, Akilah and these people may make it back. And then the next season that we get after they get rescued this season, because I think they're getting rescued next episode, is going to be them killing their peoples to keep their mouths shut when they get back. They're going to kill the kids.
How useless is Travis? Like Travis is the most useless. It's something we didn't talk about from the last episode. Travis, because you mentioned this, what you were hinting at this in your review, and I just wanted to not probe you. Pause. I just wanted to probe you on it a little bit. You were saying something's up with Lottie. Something. So are you starting to sniff something spiritual actually going on here?
I don't think so. I think it just always.
You seem to be hinting at it. There's a little thing to your voice in your review.
I think he thinks it, but I think that she's just the luckiest motherfucker.
Yes.
In the world.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah.
She just walked where it was right, where shit didn't go. Because when you look at when he did it, right, when he tested it, he threw the log, and it landed in the middle, and then it went down. She walked a little bit out and then walked a little bit back.
She didn't put it straight in the hole. She was going around the edge of it a little bit.
I think when you look at him throw the log, it goes in the middle, then it all goes down. She walked around the edges of that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But to him, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. Like I'll say it like this. Like I had a friend, my friend Dana Johnson, and he lived in the projects right next to my buildings and shit. And back then, when you go in the project, if you ever watched the movie Juice, and you see them like running on top of the project roofs, that's the way the project roofs look like. 6-story building, and it would have a flat, like cinder blocks going across the whole thing. He would go up on the cinder blocks and walk around the whole building all the time. All the time. Now, I would never do that. It's 6 stories up in the fucking air. He wore glasses. And he did that shit all the fucking time. Not once, not twice. He looks supernatural to us. We used to be like, damn, Dana's got some squirrel in him or something. I don't know how he can do this.
Yep.
He's just a crazy motherfucker. That's how we did it. And that was it. No more, no less. And I think that's the thing that's going on with Lottie. She just happened to be getting lucky. Dana was lucky the wind didn't blow and knock him down when he did it at any time. He wasn't afraid of heights. All those things come into factor. She's a believer. And when you're a believer and you go through things, she was light on her feet, kind of like, people walk across coals or whatever, If you're light on your feet and shit, you can walk across these coals and not get burned.
Yeah, better lucky than good, as they say. No, I mean, just stick on the poker thing, but better lucky than good.
100%. So I think it's that what's going on with Lottie. I don't think it's anything supernatural or anything like that. I know someone did call in. Again, call in on the Filled Issues Guys channel number. I don't feel bad. I'm sorry that I didn't answer. I didn't have my thing hooked up. We put the number in the chat for you again. We'd like to hear from all of you. We have over 83 people rocking with us, the biggest crowd we got since we've been doing this.
They're doing a great job with this show, Tony. They're building up excitement to this finale. I hope they hit a home run in this finale, because this could really build high. I mean, because this show had a lot of good buzz around it after season 1. Season 2 kind of lost some people, but this season 3, I think, is the best. We're in the best section of this show so far, and I think it can. Is the actress who plays Ty, and she's not in Wheel of Time, is she? I don't think so. Let me look her up. She looks like the black lady in Wheel of Time. I wonder if it's Yellow Jackets. Thank you, Fernandez, for the Cash App super chat. I truly appreciate that. 100%. 100%, my brother. Thank you for that, man. Really appreciate that. She looks like it. She looks like that lady. I don't know if it's her. 781-990-8509 is the phone number to call up. We want to hear from you. Don't be afraid. Her name is Tawny Cypress, and let me see her credits. She is an actress in up-and-coming previous work. Yellow Jackets, Law and Order, The Equalizer, Billions, Lincoln, The Code, FBI, Bull, NCISE, The Blacklist, Supergirl, Unforgettable. What show? It would be right there. Sorry about that. Oh, she was in 5 episodes of House of Cards on Netflix. All right. What's your name? Yeah, Carly Heath on House of Cards. I'm trying to remember her on House of Cards. I think I could bag her. I do. Oh, she was on that's what I know her from. God damn it. She was on 14 episodes of Heroes. She played the artist's girlfriend and Peter Petrelli's girlfriend in the first season of Heroes. I fucking know. I absolutely remember her from Heroes. She was Simone on Heroes. 14, right. She was on all of season 1 of Heroes. I ain't gonna lie. I think I could bag her. I think if I met her, the dime met her out, I could bag her up. I've been trying to figure out where I knew her from, Tony. We're gonna get on the live stream. We're gonna ask her straight up, baby, because the dime back. And I can totally talk Heroes with her. That's great. We'll try to get her on. We'll see what we can do. We see if we can get our information for our angel and see if we can get her on. Why not? Why not? Why not her? I think we could do it. Yeah. If I can get her agent information, then I can do it. I just need to get the agent information and all that good stuff. As Julie B says, call it. It's not scary. Tony's super nice. Even with my formerly awkward self a year ago. You see? It's going. I'm nice. I'm not nice. I'll play the Jeopardy theme and be mean and play weird sound effects behind your back. That's only for KP. That's only for KP, or when I get to know you really well. Yeah. If I know you won't mind, I'll play things like y'all sleeping on the dime. I'm telling you, yeah, right. Listen, the dime I was special when I was younger. I bagged Stacey Dash, man. That's a fact. Ask people, ask anyone who knows me. I'll tell you the truth. That's a fact. I bagged her. Stacey Dash bagged her up. She got her beeper number and everything back in the day. And you know what I mean? It's a dime, baby. Don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on me. Yeah, Tony's not clueless. Haha, see what I did there?
There you go.
That was bad. Sorry, it's bad joke.
But let's keep going through it. All right, let's go through Shauna's crazy ass inside of the. Let's go through inside the wilderness. How did you feel about this wilderness? Like I said before, the wilderness was the most exciting part. Now they have gotten to the point where now the stuff happening in the main timeline I'm enjoying also. How did you feel about this wilderness stuff? And then we got Misty with the transponder.
Oh yeah, okay. So first of all, what you just said about the old future timeline, now timeline versus the past timeline. I'm almost in this last episode more excited to see how they close off the adult timeline than I am, because at this point I almost feel like I know what's going to happen in the woods. Like you can almost like be, it's a little bit more predictable at this point. All the crazy thing that, unless what you're saying, unless someone comes to rescue them next week or something like that, and it's like the next crazy intense thing. That's the only thing that could surprise me. The only thing that could surprise me and like drive me to the next thing, because ultimately what I expect is Shauna is going to declare war to a certain extent on everyone that was against her, or they better kiss the ring or die, essentially. And Hannah's going to slowly integrate herself into the group and kind of do that motherly thing that you've been hinted at, or just control into all of that. As for Shauna in this week, fucking idiot. Like, does she just not understand any? I don't know if it's the discredit to Shauna's dumb choices or the people that believe in her and are following her right now. Because at least when Lottie was doing her bullshit, you could say, oh, she's like, I could buy it because you believe she's spiritual or something like that. But with Shauna, it's like she's just going crazy, and the girl that she's like her girlfriend and like shooting her just for shits and giggles. Anyways, we have a phone call, area code 602. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks. Love your show. Just wanted to say two quick things. First thing, I agree with you completely about the way it happened that Callie killed Lottie.
Well, one second, caller. I
just want to know who we're talking to. That's all. Who we talking to? What's your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Lana.
All right, Lana. That's all I wanted to know. What's going on, Lana? How you doing? Let's get right to it then.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. Just two quick things. Number one, I'm totally agree with you that the way it happened, that how Callie killed Lottie, and Lottie was the evil one in the situation, and it was an accident. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't agree with you about Walter. I think this entire time when Walter was on the screen, he was pretending to be somebody to integrate himself into Yellow Jacket circle through Misty, because I didn't realize it until this last episode, because when Misty leaves with the phone and he stands on his patio drinking martini, his face, it's like a 10-second scene, but his face like changes into, not like giggly, hey Misty, but like into a serious person with the agenda face. And that's, I think, who he really is in that 10-second scene. Like, he's up to something. Like, this whole time, he was pretending to be somebody. If you go look at that 10-second scene again, you'll see. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I definitely have to look at it again. I think that, as Phil said a little earlier, that it's possible that they've used Walter as us, and that they put him in there to be us, to come up with these theories and everything else. I mean, Missy, she wasn't using her real name either when they were on that whole club thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hear what you're saying. And if he is somebody else, I would not be shocked. I would not be surprised. It 100% could happen that way. But I really think that he's just wants to impress this girl, and that's his job. That's what he's there for.
Yeah. I thought that for a long time until I saw that 10-second scene in this last episode.
Yeah, I noticed.
Like he changes into a different person.
Yeah, he does. In a sense, he does. It's either Elijah Wood broke. I know the moment you're talking about. It's sort of they almost could have put a musical accent on it too, because they like pause on him. He smiles and kind of shifts his eyes. I don't know if it was supposed to be wow, I really want that girl, kind of like an attraction, like wow, she beat me again kind of vibe. But there was definitely a moment where it looked like his real face came out, where he showed some
Yeah.
anger or some plotting of some kind. So I tend to agree with what we were saying, but like Tony said, I wouldn't be surprised if he is more than that, and if he is, you have great eyes, and that might be one of those moments where he disclosed his game. I tend to think it was more of Elijah Wood dropping character for a second and winking at the audience, but it could absolutely be that, and I definitely noticed what you said. Absolutely.
And I'll say this before I'll say this too. When they were driving, with the tape, and they didn't know Melissa was alive, Shauna, the actress, gave a look back that did look like she knew something, like she was still alive. But when they got there, she acted like she didn't know she was alive. But the actress did give a cue in the car, like you could take that cue she gave to think she knew Melissa was alive, the way she moved her eyes and everything at that time. So it could be the same situation that happened there.
Yeah, very true. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening.
No, thank you for calling. Please call back again.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Great call.
100%. Yeah, Walter could be more, 100%. But in the end, to me, what would it be? I don't know if it's a revenge thing or he wants to find out more. When we start the season off, and I always say you have to go back where it started to see where it ends up. It's about people trying to get information about the Yellow Jackets, people trying to write books or whatever they're trying to do. He's already rich. He's already got money.
Do you know what would be great, Tony?
Going for him.
What would be the ultimate dark comedy thing would be if it was something nothing to do with them getting lost. It was something like he had a vested interest in one of the teams that they beat in the soccer tournament. Like he had a lot of money, like bet on like a soccer game, or is this daughter's soccer game that like my daughter, my mother, my cousin was played in that soccer game and was never quite the same afterwards. Like something stupid like that. But this show's not that much of a comedy. But that would be like the most ridiculous thing that could piss. Like what is some of the most ridiculous things that could piss off Walter? I would love if it was something to do with them as soccer players. Like she got a red card on my sister, and I wanted to kill her. All this over a parlay, or something like that.
Ebio Bevy says the incredible shrinking dad, though, looking extra svelte tonight. Let me tell you something, Ebio Bevy. I was 232 pounds. The Don is now weighing in at 180. I think I'm 86 pounds right now. 186. But I was 230. So I'm 186 now. So the Don is trying to get this. The arms are still muscular. Arms still big. We're still there. You know what I mean? No Ozempic.
John Haymaker. Oh, are you accusing Tony of performance-enhancing drugs?
No Ozempic. No Ozempic. You know what I mean? Ozempic.
Tim.
It's the total gym out there. That's what I'm using.
Tony, speaking of the total gym, the one and only, the amazing. Welcome to the show. Is this KP? Oh, I thought it was KP. That was KP. Sorry. KP's phone might have messed up, but I'm pretty sure that was KP calling in, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Welcome to the show, KP.
Good evening, one and all. Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Well.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I heard my name called a while back, and I had to come through and say, listen, don't play no more application.
What are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, KP.
No, I'm late on the Yellow Jackets train. I binged it over the weekend and I watched the episode 9. So I have I have 5 basic questions, right?
Please.
So let me get into it. What was the meaning of Van's vision on the plane with her teenage self? Because there was a portion of it where they said surviving this was never the reward. So it means to say what they did on the island, just surviving wasn't the reward. There's some extra. There's some else that we need to.
I think she said that
what do you think? Give me your opinion on that.
Yeah, I think it wasn't about surviving that. I think she says it. She said that what it was saving the love of her life, Ty. And that's what it was. That's what it was all about. That she was there to be the hero the one time to save Ty from herself. And that's what she was about. That was she went
through all of that, surviving the island and whatnot. But surviving in and of itself wasn't the reward. The reward was the capacity to go back and save this particular person that she loves so much.
Yeah, to stop evil Ty and let good Ty take over the personality somehow.
100%.
I like that. I agree with that. So let's go on to Melissa, because I am confused by Melissa and her life. What is her true agenda? Why did she send the tapes, and what is her connection to the wilderness? Because I just her seem like she has a sudden shift towards violence, and even her final words, like what she said to Van, isn't this what it wants? What is it? I don't know what that it is. Yeah. But what do you guys think about that? What is Melinda?
I don't know. I wouldn't say she has a sudden aversion to violence. They were trying to kill her ass.
Yeah, she kind of was defending herself in a way.
For self-defense, to me, what she did, they was contemplating how to kill her, which way to kill her, broke in the house, made her eat her arm and shit. She was just doing self-preservation to me at that point. But she did bring up the point that
it wasn't a shift to violence per se. It was, I mean, she did shift towards violence, but she was forced to do that to stay alive. It wasn't like she came into this place. She came to this place of her own accord and just decided to be violent. They wrapped her up and brought her here. I was trying to kill her and stuff, and she said, "All right, well, I'm not going to die anymore." So is that the same take, a similar take that? But then they still ask the question, like, what is her end game? Like, what does she want to happen as a result of this?
I think she wants to be empowered. I think she wants to get powered up by the thing and have a good life and fuck that daughter and kill all the rest of them so she can keep her secret.
Yeah, I agree with Phil. I think she wants to fuck over Shauna. Because look what Shauna did to her. She made her piss her pants. She took a shot at her. All she ever did was try to be down with Shauna when no one wanted her. Shauna's, I don't want to say ugly because she's not ugly, but ugly acting. Like she's acting ugly the way she
ugly
is.
Ugly personality. Inside she's ugly.
Person. Like she's an attractive woman, the young one and the older one, but she's an ugly person.
You're talking about inside as a person. She's an ugly person.
It doesn't matter how you look on the outside. When you have that type of personality, you're a fucking ugly person. And this chick was seeing through all that and was down with you. And she's a pretty hot chick herself, and you're gonna make her piss her pants and take a shot at her. I think she wants some type of revenge. And she was down with this woman Hannah, who eventually gets killed by them. You know what I mean? So I think she wants revenge, and she has every right to want it.
So revenge is a part of it. Revenge is she's not just trying to get away from the situation. She genuinely is actually trying to get revenge for. Yeah,
because listen, she's probably living with this woman's daughter every day, and it's probably eating her alive. She's got the tape there. It's eating her alive every day. She knows what happened. She knows what went down, and every day she's living this lie. And she probably just got fed up with it with Shauna, and it all comes back to fucking Shauna in the end, and think that's what it was.
Yep, I think you're right. So Misty's another enigma to me, right? So the whole idea of her fixing this satellite phone using the black box transponder and what's going on. Do you think that actually is what gets? Do you think that's the way out?
Yes, I do think. I think it's kind of important that she found that. I think obviously it's going to be a big deal and it's going to create some drama. And Tony was saying this in his review, and I agree. I didn't think they were going to bring this shit back. And it's kind of cool that they did. So I do think somehow with transponder and the shit that she finds and all that sort of stuff, that's going to be the key to getting them back. How about you, Tony?
when you look back at it and you see the reason why they got stranded there was because she broke it to begin with. The piece of equipment that she broke is the piece of equipment that gets them back home in the end. So she makes up for what she did. And I think that's what leads Natalie to not tell, and why she always calls Natalie her best friend. That's my best friend. Like, she doesn't say that about the other chicks. She always says it about Natalie. Natalie's my best friend. She wears Natalie's jacket because Natalie's going to protect the secret because she knows.
Right. She's indebted to Natalie the whole time through all of season 1. Yeah.
She knows they'll eat her ass if Natalie blows up the spot. So Natalie's going to keep the secret for her and everything.
Natalie saw her like interfering with the black box or something in a previous episode, right?
She broke the black box in season 1 from not to get discovered.
Right. Yeah.
Misty did.
Natalie saw her do it, right? So
no, KP. Natalie didn't. Natalie just saw her last week for the first time.
No one's seen Misty. No one knows.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then finally, Hannah. It seems to me
Montana
that she betrayed Kodiak and aligned herself with Shauna, right? Why do you think she did that? Why do you think there was a sudden change of loyalty, or was there a sudden change of loyalty? Was it that she was always loyal to Shauna and she was cuddling up to Kodiak to get information? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah. So there's two things you could take it from this way. Number one, she says straight, she's a scientist, right? She's studying the frogs, and she says this is the greatest, research of survival.
Yeah,
ever.
She's like, fuck frogs. She's like, fuck frogs. The thing.
So she wants to study these chicks and probably go back and write a paper about everything that they go through. She was bagged up. Was there. She's not going to rat on the other girls, so she put it on Kodiak and killed Kodiak. And now she gets herself into the cup, and now she gets to do this whole scientific discovery about survival in the wilderness with these women out there. And I think that's what her number one motivation. Obviously, she wants to stay alive also, but I think that's what she's thinking along those lines.
And I also think it's a little bit, again, to mention the game Survivor, there's a character on the Survivor contestant that won a couple times named Sandra. And her strategy on that game is anyone but me. Vote anybody off but me. And she won the game with that strategy. She doesn't try to motivate action a lot. I think in a sense, Hannah wanted to kind of do something like that too. Like she looked at the numbers, like Kodiak versus all these people. It's like 1 versus 20 or whatever it is. Like we're not going to win this. So she assessed what was her bet. Like Tony said, secondary, she assessed what her best case of survival was. And in that moment, she's also a scientist. And then the numbers dictated her best chance of survival is killing Kodiak in that moment.
Yeah, that does make sense. Well, okay, then this is my last little thing, because this has been with me for a while. This issue. Who killed Lottie? Because we have talk about hints about Melissa, and she brings up Shauna's DNA under Lottie's fingernails, and then Misty admits that she locked up in about locking Shauna up in the freezer, and that adds another layer of complexity to the mystery. But do you think it's really that simple that that we found it such and such? We found Shauna's DNA under Lottie's fingernails, so it has to be Shauna. Who do you think did? Who do you think you need to blame for that killing of Lottie?
Got it, Phil. Take it.
I think at this point it comes down to 2 people. It comes down for the DNA factor. Tony's spelled out a lot of reasons, a lot of thoughts, and I'll let him talk about it a little bit more too. But Callie makes a lot of sense. The daughter's been acting funky. She had a relationship with Lottie. Not many other people had the access to Lottie that Callie did too, if we're thinking about all the potential people that could have done it. I tend to think that Shauna, anytime Shauna does something fucking sketchy, we see it on screen. They never make any secret to any crazy thing Shauna's done. So I don't think they'd start in this situation, not suddenly make her, she's too obvious. It would be, I'm not saying it's a cop out if it's Shauna, but it's a little obvious if it's Shauna. I think the other person it could possibly be is Hilary Swank's character, Melissa.
Mhm.
I don't think it is, but she could be killing Yellow Jackets to get powered by the source to be able to protect her. But I think it's one of those two people. I'm leaning towards Callie. I think it's Callie or Melissa.
It's got to be Callie. The DNA is there. The DNA under there. The DNA of Callie would match Diamond, would match Shauna's DNA. There's no other way it works. Callie is definitely in the mix. She was definitely there. It's her DNA underneath Shauna's nail. If you want to say someone else came in there and helped, again, I think it's an accident. I think Callie goes there. Lottie, she realizes that Lottie wants to sacrifice her. She tries to get away. Lottie slips down the stairs, grabs her arm, gets the DNA, and falls down the stairs. It's all wet. It's like a slip and slide, those fucking steps, and she kills and she dies that way. I think that's how it goes down with her.
Yeah.
It was Callie all along.
I think you're right. I think yeah, I mean, and you know, this is a very interesting series, and I think you know, the last time we had a discussion about this, we kind of were of the opinion that all of these things are natural occurrences. There's nothing supernatural or magical going on here. Everything has a real world explanation, and I think we discussed that specifically pertaining to like the frogs, the noise that we were hearing. We thought that was like ghosts or whatever, and we realized it was just these banshee frogs. We still have that opinion that there's nothing supernatural here. That there's mostly just natural phenomena that the basis of which we haven't discovered yet for a lot of these things, but everything can be explained naturally. Is that still the opinion of you guys both, or do we have some kind of difference on that?
Yeah. Listen,
I tend to think everything is natural.
Yeah, there's no supernatural stuff.
I am on that too.
There's no supernatural. This is not from. Everything can be explained away. You know, whether they're taking mushrooms and shit, they're inhaling gases and stuff from the place. It's all there. And the reason why they showed the frogs was to prove that.
It's all very natural and very explainable through natural phenomena. There's no magic. And even the antler queen seems to be a ritual that they probably created while they were out there. Because I believe that they created a cult they saw these things that they couldn't explain, and they kind of like Lord of the Flies. This is a kind of female Lord of the Flies. They created a cult to kind of govern the phenomena that they were seeing out here on this island that they didn't understand so well. They created a cult to kind of rationalize it. And one of these young ladies, took the role of the antler queen, and they were praying and making offerings to her, and she was seemingly being able to make things happen for them. She was able to help them find food and help them find clothes and help them find people to get them out of there. And eventually she was able to get them out of there. And they remember it as a cult, as a cultic supernatural thing, with the antler queen being a real actual physical being. And they believe it's supernatural. But in reality, I think we'll be shown that there's nothing supernatural happening here. Does that make any sense to you guys?
100%. Yeah, it's taken from the Lord of the Flies. This is like the female version. That was the whole concept of the show. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what's going on here, mm-hmm. right? So that you have to make a society again. Hannah said she wants to study it because it's a survival thing, and one of the biggest cases of survival that she's would ever have the opportunity to study, and that's why she wants to be there. It's just you form your own thing, and and when you have
she went to tune on Kodiak to get access to this little girls cult that they have going on in the middle of this random island. Yeah.
Say it again.
All right. No, and part of it too was that the young lady, what's her name? I can't remember her name. The scientist. She was, because she wanted to have access to this cult that helped them. She could see that this was they were forming a kind of a cult that was helping them to survive this thing, and this was kind of like the ultimate observation of what human beings will do to survive. And to have, in order to make sure she had ongoing access to this cult, she even gave up Cody to be able to ensure that she'd be able to access and study this cult going forward, so that she'd be able to have this understanding of what people are willing to do for survival. So it was such a compelling thing. Like this, seeing how these young ladies were surviving was such a compelling thing that she was willing to give up a friend to be able to study it. Yeah.
100%. And Cody's not a friend. This is a guy that she wanted to fuck at one point because her man, so yeah, 100%. This is that's why she did it. Without a doubt.
Great. Well, that's about it for me, guys. So I'll keep watching any TV, but I like the show. It's a very interesting show, And I heard you was going to be do The Last of Us season 2 as well. That'll be interesting, because that is going to be a very interesting season.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Last of Us is up.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night. I'll watch any TV. Cheers.
You too, bro. Thanks for calling. I got a video dropping tomorrow about Last of Us. That'll drop tomorrow. My first Last of Us 2 video will drop that. And Last of Us is up next. I'll be doing the pregame show for The Last of Us. And we'll be getting that. Jen Hack, Phil Issue guy, thank you for the super chat. He says, I can see Lottie phoning Callie and saying, come to my house. I will explain the necklace and everything to you, and then trying to kill Callie and failing. 100%. I agree with you, Jen.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going down.
Yeah, 100% something like that. Yep, I agree. And thank you so much for that super chat, Jen Hack. And I will be live with Joe, and Tony's welcome to call in or join us any week that he wants on Sunday nights as well. But we'll be live after the episodes air on Sunday nights. I will be on every week. Joe will join us when I can. Tony will pop on when Joe can. Also, The Walking David might pop on a little bit here and there as well. So should be a fun season.
Yeah. So before the season starts, before the show starts, come check me out. When it's over, go right to Phil's channel. I'll be joining him then when Joe can't make it and everything, and we're rocking it back and forth and everything else. So that's the way it'll be and everything else. Walter Smith. Walter said something earlier that was interesting that we were on the phone. We couldn't get. Let me see if I can find that comment from Walter. Let me see. He did say so. I seen
Van and Ty burned down the.
No, before
was it Van and Ty burned down the cabin?
No, way before that, he said something that was interesting. I could find it before that. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I can't find it. But he said something before that was more interesting than that, than what he's saying. But we'll highlight this one. Van and Ty burned down the cabin. They were already trying to get out. Again, I don't know if they did burn down the cabin or why it affects them. I could see Ty doing it by accident, but Van to burn it down. It just doesn't make sense to me why she would do it and everything. If you want to go back and they show Kodiak was there and he did it, or you want to really get crazy about it and have Hannah back down there when it was all said and done, and she really set this whole thing up to study them, and she's really not there to study the frogs, and she wanted to study them or something like that. That's not happening. But I'm saying that's how far back you can go with it and everything else. But
the fact that we got back to Misty and the transponder thing gives me faith that we're going to find out at some point who burned down the cabin. Like we will get back to it. I appreciate that. Just like on From spoiler, I appreciate that we got to figure out who finally threw the rope. Like certain little things I appreciate when you do figure out the information. I think makes sense that we might get that stuff, more stuff similar to it later.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad they did circle back to it. I didn't think they would. I said it straight up.
Me neither.
And they did circle it back, and it works. Again, it works. It's a reason it works. That yes, that would have the same exact antenna as that in there. 100% it works. It works for the show. And it gives me more faith. Not that I didn't have faith in these writers before, but we know that they have, had to roll with the punches here and there. And they said that the Pit Girl thing wasn't supposed to be that big of a thing. And then the fans made it into a big thing. So now they have to make it into a big thing. So, they do roll with the punches and everything else. Talk about Pit Girl right now, real quick. Yep. Phil, if you got to pick Pit Girl right now, who are you saying is Pit Girl?
I'm guessing it's what's that girl's name? The one that was talking to the coach, the one that the coach kidnapped.
Oh, that Mary,
something like that. I don't know. We're running out of people. So okay, the Pit Girl thing, it has to happen before they're rescued, right? So it's one of the other girls. I tend to think that whatever's going on now leads to some sort of civil war between them all, and they go into like killing each other like during the winter, and then it's one of the girls on the opposite side. It's one of the girls on the losing side, one of the last girls living, whoever it is. So it looks like it, and she's the one it looks most similar to. So that's why I'm sort of focusing on her. It could be a lot of different people. I know that's sort of a simple answer, but she's one of the other characters that we're slowly being introduced to, and we talk compared to any of the other side girls. It doesn't make sense for it to be any of the girls that end up going home. Because that girl's got to die. So it's got to be one of these other girls. And unless they introduce yet another one, which I hope they don't, it's got to be someone we already know.
Yeah, 100%. It's got to be Mari. 100% it could be Hannah. And I thought it was Hannah. As soon as they showed Hannah, it makes sense for it to be Hannah.
It could be Hannah. It definitely could be Hannah.
So if it's Hannah, that's such a cop-out for the show. Because the girl that they had played the thing, the stunt actress who did it, was obviously the same age as the other Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, to make it look like it was one of the kids, one of the other kids.
And for them to all of a sudden get this middle-aged woman to do it, it would just be a 100% cop-out by the writers. I'll lambaste them when they do it. I'll say it in the video. That would not be a good move. In the end, it should be Mari. But I can 100% see them doing Hannah. But I think Hannah should be there and experience them eating somebody. Like, I think she should be there when they do that. I think she should get that, especially when you see them drag the body and hang the body up and everything else. That ain't no grown woman.
Do you think they're going to eat Kodiak?
They should eat Kodiak.
I think they're going to eat Kodiak, right? Isn't Shauna going to make her eat Kodiak to prove loyalty?
She should.
That's what she should do. What we know of Shauna so far. Let's play the logic game here. From what we've learned about Shauna so far, what is Shauna going to do when Hannah does that? Is going to say, fine, you did that, but to prove loyalty, you have to do what we all did and eat him, so you're in this together with us. And she's going to make her eat Kodiak.
You're going to have to chop him up. You're going to have to prepare him so we can eat him.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like she did, 100, like she did to Natalie. She's gonna make her prepare her, with Natalie, because to punish Natalie again, like you two prepare fucking this.
Yep, you get that done, and then now you're one of us and stuff. This is what Walter said. He said Walter is Adam's friend. He's trying to revenge. He has revenge for Adam. Adam was identified by his DNA that he donated to his friend with cancer. Walter is that friend. He's out for revenge. That makes a lot of sense. It could be that.
Welcome to the show, 808. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, it's Zach from the chat. Hi, Tony. How Phil?
Hey, Zach. What's going on, man?
I'm just calling because I got a couple things to talk about. But, like Pit Girl, you guys were saying, like, it has to be either, like, Mari or Jen, maybe?
Yeah. Somebody. It's like, I agree with Tony. If it's Hannah, it's kind of like, yeah, they didn't plan that. They just decided at the last minute, once they introduced the Hannah character, to be like, okay, well, let's make it her. I would much rather it be one of the original Yellow Jackets to make it feel more sort of natural as a pick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand why it like even matters anymore. at
Yeah,
this
yeah,
point.
no,
So,
yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
but I think why they're doing it because it might be like their last meal before the rescue.
Yeah,
That's what it is, right?
yeah. I mean,
Or,
you got to figure there's going to be at some point. It almost happened in this last couple of episodes ago with the coach when the other people walked up on them. Something's going to be that last awkward meal that you eat human, and then the next thing you know, you're on a helicopter eating fish, eating goldfish. You know, like they're passing you out. You're like, oh my god, animal crackers and goldfish, looking around very awkwardly. Like
She's
2 hours ago, this was a little different. We're eating different kinds of animal parts.
but they're definitely going to be eating Kodiak's ass meat.
Yeah,
Right.
they better be. They
Next
better be
episode,
eating some Kodiak
final
ass.
episode.
I agree, my friend.
But I don't think they're gonna.
My
I think
turn.
there's gonna be like winter for the next season for maybe like half, and then maybe the last half it'll be rescue.
Yeah, I think that when you see that scene and they show the antler queen with the lights behind her, that has to be rescue lights and Lottie hallucinating. I think that could be the last scene and they get rescued then, but they don't show them actually get rescued until next season. But I think that's what that's what it is. And I think they're gonna have a season with them back and when they just get back, because they showed that in season 1 when they just got back and everything else, and them dealing with it and stuff. So I think that's definitely what's going to happen, but I can't see it because
The
no
whole
game.
season.
Huh?
The whole season is gonna be like when they get back.
I think you're going to have them as young when they just got back, and you're going to have them as older, not old, but older in the season. Yeah, I think they're going to do that. I think they're going to get. And listen, will it work? Is it the same without the wilderness? We don't know. We'll find out. That's a question that could be asked. Is the show the same without the wilderness? But if they're back and they're killing the girls who they came back, then it is the wilderness just here.
Right. Yeah. But that the Nat scene was really good. So what is that girl's name? Sophie. She knows how to
Yeah, that was
cry.
that was
shit.
it was an incredible acting moment, and they held that take for so long. It was
Yeah,
just such
that's
a.
why it was so scary.
It was-
almost,
And seeing her whole face transform, she was like in that moment. They said when actors are like in the moment and it's hard to get out. Like you could just tell she
Yeah.
was locked in, like in a fucking moment, and it was tough.
Listen, they did great. She may get nominated, but in the end, no one beats Adolescence this year. Just like Mayor of Easttown swept it when they were there, it's going to be the same thing with this Adolescence. It's going to sweep every award
Right.
they're in. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? 100% unfortunate that goes down and stuff. Because, again, there was other shows of Lovecraft Country came out the year that Mayor of Easttown came. And I wanted them to win. But Mayor of Easttown was undeniable.
Tony,
Yeah.
all I'll say is never doubt the Emmys for fucking up. Better Call Saul was 0-46.
Exactly.
0-46. And ever since that, I'm like, I don't care if it's the best thing, because and you can't tell me there was a better performance than Michael McKean in that chicanery season, or Kim in season 4, or lots of other shit.
Yeah.
Like fuck the news. What was the show that won? Like the newsroom.
No, they did Better Call Saul dirty.
I want to say like Vince or Peter Gould when Breaking Bad won fucked somebody's wife or something. Something happened that like I don't know.
I will say this, Phil. Your acting coach didn't tell you about Better Call Saul. He didn't tell you to go.
No,
watch.
he did. He honestly didn't. He did. Like he actually he never posts about TV shows, and he posted in capital letters because he's like 90 years old. He in capital letters like, watch this damn show. It's amazing.
This is a different level show, and it's gonna win everything.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm very much looking forward to it. Anything else? Anything else,
Okay,
my
yeah.
friend?
Yeah, I'm just kind of scared because I don't know how they're gonna survive in those like teepees. So
Yeah, and they're running out of people too. They're running out of people. Like what? Someone else said this. I'm stealing this from somebody, so like I'm sorry if I'm quoting somebody, but we're running out of people to like. You know, especially with Van dying. Like, I don't like any of these people. Like, who do you like? Who are we rooting for out of all these yellow? I'm rooting for the Stone Dad. That at this point, he's the only good guy left.
Yeah, and he leaves. He leaves. You see him in the trailer that him and his daughter broke out. They break out and leave Shauna, and Shauna's in there crying. So
yeah, who else is a likable person out of the Yellow Jackets? That Misty. Misty's the only one. Misty's the only one I like, and I'm biased. Yeah. I'm so biased.
No,
I've had a cut.
Phil, you're completely right.
She's the only one.
Yeah, it's Christina Ricci. She's going to be the final girl.
I agree. I've joked that the end of the series is like Christina Ricci going down to the block and picking up a newspaper and just reading it that Sean is dead and smiling.
Shauna's going to jail. Someone's got to go to jail for all this shit.
What?
Shauna's going to go to jail.
Tony, I'm with you on that. We got to make bets because between Ty and Shauna, one's dying and one's going to prison. Yeah, I don't know which is which though, Tony.
Yeah,
one's dying
and be with Van. And Shauna goes to jail to be by herself without her family, and Jeff and her daughter go off into the sunset without her.
You think maybe Shauna takes the rap for when she finds out her daughter killed take
the rap for something, you know what I mean? And that'll be her redeeming moment that she's gonna see her, but she's out. She's out of here.
But yeah, Misty's the last one standing. No one beats Wednesday fucking
definitely.
Adams. But
what? Who's gonna go in order in the present day? So it's gonna be Melissa first, Shauna, then Ty. Ty kills Melissa. Right, Shauna. I don't know.
I definitely think Melissa's the first one. Other than that, I think the rest of them are end game to the very end. The only thing I hope, and Tony and I were talking about this last week, the only thing I do hope is I don't hope and here's another alive Yellow Jacket. I don't want to meet any more living Yellow Jackets that come out of woodwork.
You'll meet them, but they'll be when they're young, and they'll kill them before that.
Exactly, Tony. That's cool. I mean, in the present timeline, I don't need any more. I faked my death too. You know, no, I don't want any more of them.
Yeah, no. That's it. It's just gonna be her, and that's it. You know, Ty dies. She'll be with Van. They'll be on the airplane together. That'll be their thing, how they end it, and everything else. All four of them will be together. And this chick's going to jail for this.
And Tim Gersh, who asks in the chat, Shauna's going to Oz. Shauna's going like straight to Emerald City. She's a bunkmates with Shirley Bellinger. You know, like the crazy one. Shauna's going to Emerald City, Oz, motherfucker.
100%.
Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Even though I would like to see the other way around. I think the more Shauna goes on, the more I want to see her television killed. And again, I don't wish harm on any real human. These are television characters, but I want Shauna to die, Tony and Caller. I want Shauna dead.
But see, that's the easy way out. I think her being alone in jail, her kids being out there, and that's where her life ended up.
You're right. You're right. You're right. No, you're right.
Worst fate that she just has to live her life out in jail is a worse fate than actually just dying real quick.
Too awesome. Thank you so much for the caller, my friend. Please call back again in the future. Great call, dude.
What up to my man Perk Minded in the building, rocking with us and everything. We're gonna wrap this up in a second because I have a phone call I have to make, and it's very important. So I can't do it after 10:30. So I gotta do it by 10:30 and stuff. So I have to wrap it up early. I'm sorry. But you know, again, we'll be back. We're gonna be back. You know,
we'll be back next week for one last final. And I'll be live on Sunday night, and Tony will be live, I think, Sunday afternoon or before the episode, Sunday early evening, and we'll be talking Last of Us. But then we'll be back on Tuesday to do one final wrap up for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, 100%. And if I can get a hold of her agent, I will definitely try to get her to come on here and rock with us and come on here. And I'm talking bagger. Trust me, I'm bagger. I'll do it in front of all of you. I'll bag it right in front of you.
I wonder if she can get me Christina Ricci's phone number.
I think she probably can.
Nah, I think she's married. I think Christina Ricci's married.
Oh, Mary's married.
Yeah, you see this smile? Come on. She could.
Oh, married. I could tell you about married women.
I need her to be like you know, the episode of Seinfeld where like Marissa Tomei likes like fat balding idiots. I need her to like thinning hair, skinny drummer, you know, skinny useless drummer.
I feel you're definitely her type. There's no way around that. That's a guarantee.
Just give me my moment. Just give me a glass of wine and my moment. Give me a glass of wine and my moment. I'll run my I'll play. I'll do whatever I can.
When I was on the dance floor, I'm gonna start name dropping shit. I'm not even gonna talk about it. But I'll say it. All it takes is to be in the building. Trust me. If you get in the building, you can do it. Because I done. So I just gotta get in the building and everything. Yeah. Another round. Thank you for making that live. I'm about to leave. I just made it right now. Well, all right. Anybody else who want to make a call before we get out of here? We'll give it 5 minutes to anyone to call in before we get out. I think we discussed everything. I think it's going to be a really good finale. I think that, you know, it's all set up for it to be a good finale. I'll ask this, Phil. Does the show work without the wilderness if that's the route they go?
Not for long. This is where I'm not going to disagree with what the caller's response to you was. It was like, whoa, what? Without the wilderness? I think that only works if we still get flashbacks to the wilderness too. You know, if we get like 3 sorted timelines and stuff and we still get a couple more shots, but maybe. I mean, I think yes, but if it's the last season. I think if they do that, it has to be the last season.
Next season's the last season. I don't think they go past the next season.
So you think in this next episode they're rescued?
Yes, I think that last scene that you seen with the when they showed the trailer with the queen and they show the antler queen there and she's standing there with the pointy fingernails is them coming with rescue, and that's it. All those lights behind it, I think those are people coming with the rescue and stuff. I think. So
do you think the Pit Girl situation, to go to what Tammy put up right there, do you think the Pit Girl situation happens in the next episode?
Yeah, it'll happen next episode. They'll do the feast and everything else, and then they'll get rescued after that.
Interesting.
Debbie O'Baby does not agree. She says, no way, not chance. Pit Girl again. To me, it should be Mari, but it could be Hannah. If it is Hannah, it's a cop-out to me. They shouldn't have done it. If it's Hannah, it won't work. And everything else. I think that's, as she said, they spent 19 months in the wilderness. They have, if you see that was one snow drop they did. And then the next, if you look at the trail, there's a lot of snow down there. So I think it's going to be a time skip that they're going to have been there for a while. And that's what it's going to be right there. So I think that's how they're going to work with that. Because you see the one snow drop, and then when you see them in the trailer, there's a lot of snow down. So it's going to be a time skip. That's how they have all that stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be 19 months.
Do you think they'll do a full season of that, Tony? Or do you think it'll be like a shortened season next year of everyone being back?
It'll be a full season, but you'll have, instead of the wilderness, you'll have them come back. And I think that they'll start killing whoever makes it back that we haven't seen, to keep them quiet about telling that they ate people or something like that. And then that'll be the end of it, with the whole thing showing they get arrested and everything else.
And one thing you said in your live review, in your review or breakdown of the episode, that I wanted to back up to, like, when they come back, if they just mention, or if they get caught, or it gets talked about that they ate people, they're not going to get in trouble for that. That alone will not. Hell, the alive people, I've mentioned them before, which is our other reference to this. The people that the ski team or whatever they were, it was a rugby team that got stuck in the Andes, I believe. Maybe it wasn't the Andes, and ate each other. They were on fucking Phil Donahue and Oprah and celebrated because they ate each other. Like, you know, like that's what's going to happen to these Yellow Jackets.
I also say those are men that did that, and it's. I think it'd be a little different with women. I mean, honest, I ain't gonna lie about it. I think it'd be a little different. I think women may get looked at differently that they did that. Men doing that, you know, this is the world we live in. It's fucked up in the end, but I think men doing that, the primal cavemen, these women
had no choice.
Get looked at like witches or something.
Yeah, evil witches like Agatha all the times and shit.
Yeah,
like
they had that, some craziness like that. But I think that the fear of that getting out will lead them to kill the other girls. Again, in the end, We already heard the ending. Shauna said it. The only way to be safe is to be the only one left. And there will be one left. And the one left will be Mitzi. And that's what we're going to go out with. And that's it. And she's going to get locked up, and that's going to be it.
Do you think Misty, we're playing the Kenny game, Tony. Does Walter get some?
No.
Walter never gets any.
Walter didn't get no ass.
Oh, come on, Walter.
Well,
Walter's me. I'm the audience. I want Walter to get it. I'm the audience.
He deserves it. Not as much as you, Phil, but he definitely deserves it. He definitely deserves it. And he should, but no, I don't think she could ever look at him like that. I just don't think she feels him like that.
Yeah, that's the most. Oh, we do have one final call, Tony. This is area code 310. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Another round, LA.
Hey, what's going on?
What's your name? Samantha Brown?
Hey. Huh?
What are you? Samantha Brown? Is that what you said?
I'm sorry. Wait, let me try to pause you in the background. Okay, say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're saying what's your name? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's your name?
Another round, LA.
She's saying that first name really fast.
Another round, I think she said.
Another round. All right. I'm thinking Samantha Brown. I'm like, Samantha Brown. All right. Another round. Let's go.
Yeah, let's have one more round.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So going off of what you just said just before I got cut off to call in about Shauna saying the only way to survive is the last one, it gave me the vibes of Identity. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie or not. I'm trying to remember who starred in it.
Let me look it up. Look it up. I don't think, but I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
I'm not sure it's Identity
movie.
So basically, the subplot of it is there's a bunch of characters that are all brought together.
Oh, it's with Cusack. I think I've seen this a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all brought together, and at the end of it, it's all to like basically unalive all the rest of the characters to be the one that's left. That's the actual person. So it's a man in the psyche ward who has created all these identities in his head or whatnot that are separated from each other, and he has to bring them all together to kill. They take them all out. Excuse me, I'm trying to make sure I'm keep y'all monetized.
Yeah,
but to take them all out.
It's kind of like the Kang multiverse war. Like he's got to kill all of his variants to find out who the real Kang actually is.
Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I don't want to necessarily go in that full route, but it was giving me some of those vibes to think why, like some of the probably if there's like were some survivors, there's literally only one that's still alive, but they have made all these scenarios on how that they're the only one left some kind of way or whatever. I've been trying to piece it in because I'm flustered right now. I'm trying to hurry up and call in before you guys left. I don't have all my thoughts that I had last week to tell you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to leave early, but I have no choice. But yeah, listen, I think you're right. There's no doubt it's going to be one left in the end. Who do you think the one person is going to be?
I'm leaning to mostly Misty because a lot of stuff that has been transpired. She is the most crafty. Mm-hmm. She is the one who devised all of this for the girls to intentionally stay here to depend on her, and she's going to be looked at in some kind of way besides not knowing that she could fix she had the transponder or whatever, as she's trying to place herself as the savior. She's always been trying to place herself as the savior of the group, and even in the adult timeline, she's still the fix-it woman. She wants everybody to go to her, so it's like you're leaning to her. But it's a chance that it's a mystery person too. I don't even know, like somebody that is still not even identified yet.
Everybody and make everybody mad. Just make Shauna be the one who wins in the end, and and it'll be everyone will hate the ending. Everyone will be mad, but it'll be great in the same sense.
No, fair. It will.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah. I'd be angry, but I'd kind of smile and sneer a little bit, like, "Oh, you got me, yeah." Fucking Shauna wins.
Yeah, like you got it, Shauna. Like if you really want to be bold, then you make Shauna kill everybody in the end. Ty goes to jail, and Shauna's just back with her family, living life like it never happened. And that's how you get away.
Making a casserole, watching television.
Yeah, killing a rabbit and putting it in the casserole.
You know what would make it even bolder if Callie is the only one living at the end.
Yeah.
You can't kill Jeff. Jeff can't go.
I don't want to, but I love her there.
Jeff
But
can't go.
Don't kill Jeff.
That's why I think Shauna is gonna take the rap
he
for
knows
Jeff.
too much.
He said
Protect
Shauna-
Jeff at all costs.
Yeah, I think Shauna, because you already heard Jeff talk about how he's miserable with her and all this other stuff and how no one likes him because of her. I think in the end, even though it doesn't redeem her, her redeeming thing was she'll take the fall for Jeff. She'll take the fall for her daughter. She'll sacrifice herself. She'll go to jail for them so that they can live their life and be happy. And that's where she's going to
I think she goes out like Scarface in the Hell of Bullets because she's stubborn motherfucker. So like I hope you're right, Tony, but I think Shauna is gonna go out in more of a hellstorm of shit. So we'll see. We'll see how Shauna
That
goes
would
out.
give a more serious Santa Clarita Diet for sure, though. Like,
Yeah, psycho.
No
my
doubt.
husband is
But
covering up everything
either
every
way,
5 seconds.
either way, we all agree Shauna's going down.
What
No
if
doubt.
Jeff takes her out, though?
I'd love that. That'd be fucking awesome.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt. All right, let
Thank
me.
you for holding off. I don't want to hold you any longer, but thank you for
No,
holding off. So I can-
No worries.
that-
Thank you for the
I
call.
will see. I will see if I can do some type of live stream pregame show for it. We'll see if we could run that because I know it comes up like 12 o'clock at night. So maybe I could do something like 10 o'clock at night if y'all want to just talk right before it comes on and stuff, and rock for a couple hours before it jumps off on there on Thursday night and stuff. Because I know it comes out like 12:01 in the morning on Friday and stuff, and I'm always up watching it anyway. So let me know if y'all into that. Put it in the comment section and let me know if y'all want to do that real quick. Definitely we'll run that for the finale.
Sounds good. I'm gonna jump back into the chat though.
Thank you, caller.
Right. All right, let me get up and film, man. I'm sorry I got to run on you. I don't.
No, worries. We're only doing 10 minutes early. Ultimately, at this point,
I'm sorry I got to run on you. I got to get this call off, though. There's no doubt. Thank you for everybody for rocking with the Don Tony Teflon for those you got usual suspects in the building. This is what we do. You know how we do. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and everything else and all that good stuff. We'll be back. Last of Us is next up. First, we got the finale. Then we got Last of Us next up. So don't, subscribe to Feel the Issues, guys.
It's all happening. It's all fucking happening. And the summer's coming. And then Dunkin' Eggs probably right after that. There's a lot of shit happening.
Back in the world. We have direwolves again. They have
resurrected. We do. The direwolves have been resurrected. Perfect timing for Dunkin' Eggs. What was it?
You didn't know that?
Oh no, I did. I saw that. Direwolves are back.
They brought direwolves back.
I did. I totally saw that shit.
Years. Next up is woolly mammoths. They said they're doing woolly mammoths next after that, and then they're gonna do the duck-billed platypus is gonna be back. So listen, mankind has destroyed shit, and we're bringing stuff back and everything else and all that stuff. And this is amazing time to be alive in this world, man. Amazing time to be alive. And that's what it is, We'll talk all about that stuff and everything else and all that good stuff. But if you like the way you do this, please thumbs up this for this across the realm, of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is.